What's good and good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are off to a good start to the day. This is something that I've wanted to kind of cover in a video for a while now. I've been keeping tabs on, the various stone packs that have been, available in the store for, quite a long time. I've probably been tracking it for maybe a year and a half, somewhere along those lines, whatever the case is. And we'll talk about the details here in a second. But really just wanted to dive into kind of really analyzing the stone cells. Now, we've gotten quite a few different types over the course of the years. We have the typical 3-stone cell for $1.10. I'm not really going to talk about that because, if you acquire them daily, it'll accumulate to a decent amount. But I really want to, keep it within like at least 20 stones, type deal when it comes to like the actual analysis portion of it. But we have others like 30 stones, the 90 stone packs, 100 plus the bonus with the stone and whatnot. If we go back to some of the previous periods, this is global. I'll basically be covering JP, but global has their own variation of the sales as well. But we've got quite a few different ones. This one is actually pretty crazy, where I actually had to look it up to see what the time period was because of that. But yeah, the prices here are literally insane. So I think when I looked at it, it was like 4 years ago when this was posted, so quite a long time ago. So we haven't seen sales like that in a little while. But yeah, I really want to just take each of these packs and do kind of a thorough understanding of which packs are actually the best, and some of the information that I compiled might surprise you depending on how you look at things. So we'll go into the details here in a second, but I did throw in a pop quiz for the last video, so I do want to shout out Francois. I think you were able to get the best summarization of the question I threw out, and I actually did talk about it later on in the video. I didn't realize that, but I saw a couple of comments here and there. But shout out to Francois for getting the right answer with the 300 stone compensation issue that was on the Kefla banner in JP side, and also the the Strength Rose banner, where the Super Saiyan 3 Broly's TUR art was shown instead of the SSR version. So that was where the full refunds came into effect. So just to give you kind of a historical overview of some of the issues that have come across JP. I know Global's going through it right now. Hopefully you guys get that situated and actually get some refunds out of it. But shout out to you, Francois, for that. For this next question, I think we'll keep it simple. When was Social Fire's channel created? So whoever gets that one right, it's a very, very easy answer. Make sure to comment and I'll shout you on the next one. Okay, so let's get back into this and talk about the stone packs. So I did kind of go through a log, right? And I've had this in a separate file for a long time. So I started tracking this based on the Tech LR Broly banner back in 2019, probably around April or May, around that time anyway. But I did have older files where I did keep track of it as well for prior periods, but I couldn't locate them. So I'm just going to start as Tech LR Broly as the starting point. So you have all these different stone packs available. Let me zoom in actually, because it's probably hard to see right now. So we've got all the stone packs based on the amount. So starting from the 24 all the way up to 135, and we have the prices based on that specific campaign, what the stone pack sales were. And I've actually added a couple of different areas. So 2 different ways to look at that information. One is how many stones per dollar are you getting based on the pack, and then how much does it cost per stone, basically. So it's the same information from here. It's just a different way to slice up the data a little bit and look at it. So just kind of going through all of this and just scrolling through the periods, like the Dokkan Fest Piccolo, 300 million download, the Transforming Cooler, all the way into 5-year Beerus Saiyan Day, all the way through like the Worldwide Celebration up to the New Year Step Up banner. I did keep logs of this. So in a summary standpoint, you're looking at the average prices based on the pack. So this is pretty much in line with what the average rates are based on all the prior periods that were available in terms of like the information. So we've got the average price per stone pack, we've got the average stones per dollar, and also the average dollar per stone, or like how much does it cost per stone, basically. All right, so I did go ahead and compile this into a little bit more summarized manner, right? So if we go here, I've got a table pulling all the information and just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. I've got a rank system where I'm ranking it based on stones per dollar, and also the average dollar per stone. So what we're gonna do is just copy and paste it over here, and that way we can filter or sort based on the stones per dollar or average dollar per stone. So here are my findings here. The best one out of any of the packs available that I've kept track of is the Hunter Stone pack, which is the current one right now available on JP for the New Year's. It's basically 60 plus 60 for that amount, 29.66. Now that averages you to roughly 4.05 stones per dollar, or 25 cents per stone basically. So that is actually a really good deal. From what I've logged, this is actually the best out of anything that's come across. Now the 70 pack, that certainly makes sense. I think this one's a little bit more rare. You don't really come across this too often, but it's not too bad. 1994 is the price, 3.51 stones per dollar. That's the equivalent of about 28 cents per stone. So, rank number 2, the 30 stone obviously is a pretty good one too. And I've kind of had this awareness for a little while. So 911 roughly average price per 30 stone pack. That's going to get you about 3.3 stones per dollar. That converts to 30 cents per stone. So that's rank number 3. Now some of these are more specialized prices, right? And we'll skip around some of these, but the 60 stone pack is a little bit surprising. Average price of 20.11 only gets you about 2.98 stones per dollar, which is 34 cents per stone. It ranks 6th out of all of them. Now if you go to the 70 stone, it's not only cheaper, but you get more stones out of it. You know what I mean? So it's all dependent on what kind of generosity mental state Dokkan is essentially in. You know what I mean? So the one thing I did find pretty ridiculous is the 90 stone pack price. It's one of the worst ranking sales available. Surprisingly, right? Like a lot of you imagine the 90 stone pack would be probably one of the best ones because it's the highest stone count sales pack that's usually available on every sort of stone discount sales in game or whatever. The Hunter Stone pack makes sense because yes, it's $46.8 and the conversion to the average stones per dollar is pretty low. It's the lowest at 2.14, which is roughly about 47 cents per stone. But you got to remember, this one usually comes with like a bonus add-on, like the blue gems or purple gems or whatever the case is, or some other sort of variation. They usually have this embedded within the Hunter Stone pack. So going back to the 90 stone pack, a little bit surprising to be honest with you, because considering it does cost on average $37.16, you're only generating 2.44 stones per dollar, which is 41 cents per stone. That's ranked 8th, second to last compared to all the stone packs. You would imagine the 90 stone pack would be closer into like 4 or 5 ranked territory, considering how often this is available. But here's the thing. Marketing and advertisement is all perception based, right? You see the 90 stone sales pack and you're like, okay, I'm getting a pretty good deal out of this. So you immediately buy it without really thinking about it. And that's really what they're going for here, right? I'm not trying to spill the beans on their operations or anything, but from a perception standpoint, it looks like a good deal, but in fact, it's actually not. It's one of the worst deals that you can get out of all the packs available. So yeah, this is basically my summary findings on all this stuff. Again, I've kept tabs on this for a while, and really did want to cover this on a video where we actually do a somewhat of a deep dive on each of the stone pack cells and where they rank amongst the group itself. So some of these are obvious stuff, but the 90 stone pack was certainly a little bit surprising to see the numbers shown like they're shown here. I guess I'll go ahead and close out by saying the 60 plus 60 stone pack available right now on Dokkan JP is the best that I've seen so far. Again, 4 stones per dollar. That's equivalent of 25 cents per stone. It's the highest ranking stone price historically available up to the point that I've kept track of. So if you have that available right now and you are considering prepping for the 6-year anniversary and you're not necessarily free to play, I would recommend you probably look into that because it is the best deal that I've seen so far. All right, so hopefully you guys found this information helpful. I think it's a little bit of a new angle to look at things, so hopefully you found it interesting also. All right, as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace out.